Canada's car market is about to face something it has never seen before. For decades, luxury meant European. Reliability meant Japanese. Value meant Korean. China was not part of that conversation. That changes in 2026. Canada just struck a new trade deal lowering EV tariffs from 100% down to 6.1% on 49,000 Chinese vehicles per year. BYD, Geely, Huawei, and a wave of Chinese brands that have been quietly building the most technologically advanced vehicles on the planet are now pointing directly at Canadian showrooms. These are not cheap economy cars. We are talking about quad-motor SUVs pushing over 1,000 horsepower, AI driving systems that rival Tesla, interiors with ceiling-mounted IMAX projectors and zero-gravity massage seats, all at prices 30 to 40% below German luxury. Here are the 5 Chinese SUVs that are about to change everything. Number 5. BYD Sealion 8. This is the one that opens the door. BYD is the largest electric vehicle manufacturer on Earth. They outsold Tesla globally in 2024. They have already registered their Shenzhen and Xi'an manufacturing plants with Transport Canada's Appendix G pre-clearance registry, making them the first Chinese automaker ever to complete that step for consumer vehicles. Demo units are projected to arrive in Canada by mid-2026 with limited retail availability by late 2026, starting in Quebec and British Columbia. The Sealion 8 is their flagship 7-seat SUV and the model most likely to lead the Canadian charge. Built on BYD's 5th-generation DM 5.0 super hybrid platform, a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine paired with 3 electric motors producing 395 kilowatts and 650 newton-meters of torque. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds. Up to 145 kilometers of pure electric range. Total combined range of over 1,100 kilometers on a full tank and charge. The kind of number that makes range anxiety irrelevant for Canadian highway driving. The interior is where it gets serious. A 15.6-inch rotating central touchscreen. Dual 12.3-inch screens. Panoramic sunroof. Nappa leather throughout. Heated and ventilated seats in all 3 rows, a 21-speaker premium audio system on higher trims, BYD's Dialink smart connectivity with voice control and over-the-air update capability, 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating, 8-year unlimited kilometer warranty on the vehicle and battery. Estimated Canadian pricing, approximately $65,000 to $75,000. A Toyota Kluger PHEV starts at $69,000, a Mazda CX-80 PHEV at $75,000. The Sealion 8 matches both on space and undercuts them significantly on technology. For a family of 7 in Canada, this is going to be a very difficult vehicle to ignore when it arrives on showroom floors before Christmas. Number 4. Chery Omoda 9. Chery is China's largest car exporter, and the Omoda brand is their premium push into international markets. They sold 2.8 million vehicles globally in 2025 and have already filed Canadian trademark applications for multiple sub-brands including Omoda, JQ, Exeed, and iCar. Dealer network discussions with Canadian dealer groups are actively underway. This is happening. The Omoda 9 is already on sale in Australia, the UK, and Europe. It has a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating. It is battle-tested in right-hand drive markets that share Canada's regulatory standards. That pre-existing certification work is exactly why Chery is positioned to hit Canadian showrooms before the end of 2026. What does the Omoda 9 actually deliver? A full-size 5-seat premium SUV with a super hybrid system combining a 1.5-liter turbocharged engine with 3 electric motors producing 395 kilowatts and 650 newton-meters of torque. All-wheel drive standard. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 5 seconds. Up to 145 kilometers of pure electric range. Total combined range of over 1,100 kilometers. The 34 kilowatt-hour battery charges from 30 to 80% in approximately 25 minutes on DC fast charging. The interior is designed around an everything-is-standard philosophy. Curved dual 12.3-inch digital displays, electromagnetic adaptive suspension, a 1.3-meter panoramic sunroof, heated and ventilated seats front and rear with speaker units built into the driver's headrest for private listening, automatic parking assist, retractable door handles, ambient lighting throughout, a 14-speaker Sony sound system, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto heads-up display, wireless 50-watt phone charging. The exterior design takes direct visual inspiration from the Rolls-Royce Cullinan's vertical daytime running lights, giving it a commanding premium presence at a price point that is anything but premium. Estimated Canadian pricing, approximately $55,000 to $65,000. That is a Volkswagen Tiguan price tag for something that genuinely competes with the Kia Sorento GT line and Toyota Kluger. Backed by an 8-year unlimited kilometer warranty. For a brand nobody in Canada has heard of yet, the Omoda 9 is about to make a very loud first impression. Number 3. Zeekr 7X. Geely owns Volvo, Geely owns Polestar. Both brands already have dealer networks, service centers, and certified technicians across Canada. When Geely trademarked Zeekr in Canada in 2025, it was not a speculative move. It was a brand with an existing infrastructure ready to sell through. The 2026 Zeekr 7X launched in China in late 2025 and is already selling in Europe. It sits on a full 900-volt electrical architecture, the same voltage platform as the Porsche Taycan, enabling ultra-fast charging. Standard LiDAR across all trim levels. NVIDIA's Thor-U computing platform for autonomous driving. 3 powertrain options ranging from 370 kilowatts to 585 kilowatts. The top all-wheel drive version reaches 100 kilometers per hour in 2.98 seconds. The 103 kilowatt-hour battery supports 6C fast charging, meaning it can add over 400 kilometers of range in a single 10-minute charging stop. Claimed CLTC range up to 802 kilometers. The exterior was designed in collaboration with Pininfarina, the Italian design house responsible for shaping some of Ferrari's most iconic bodies. The result is a mid-size SUV that looks genuinely premium without borrowing any design language from existing European models. The interactive Stargate LED front panel and frameless body design give it an identity that stands completely on its own. Inside, a large central touchscreen runs Zeekr's own software with full over-the-air update capability, premium materials throughout, advanced driver assistance as standard on every trim, a refined quiet ride quality built on the same C platform underpinning Polestar's most advanced vehicles, engineered specifically for cold weather resilience. Estimated Canadian pricing, approximately $55,000 to $70,000. For a vehicle with Pininfarina design, 585 kilowatts on tap, and 10-minute fast charging capability, that number is going to be very difficult for the Audi Q8 e-tron and BMW iX to respond to. Number 2. Huawei Aito M9. The Aito M9 is what happens when a technology company decides the automotive industry is not moving fast enough and takes matters into its own hands. Huawei developed the entire cockpit and autonomous driving stack from scratch rather than retrofitting existing automotive systems. The result is an SUV that feels less like a car with screens added and more like a smartphone that happens to have wheels. The dual million-pixel projection headlights can display navigation arrows on the road surface, project movies onto flat surfaces, and run decorative light shows on the body panels. The roof-mounted LiDAR sensor scans the environment 200 times per second. An 800-volt charging architecture delivers 150 kilometers of range from just 5 minutes of charging. Pure electric version produces 531 horsepower. Extended range version pairs a 1.5-liter engine with the drivetrain for over 1,400 kilometers of total range. Inside, 3 giant screens including a 75-inch augmented reality heads-up display projecting navigation onto the road ahead. Harmony OS 4.0 running every vehicle system. Zero-gravity second-row seats reclining to 121 degrees with 10-point massage. A ceiling-mounted 32-inch retractable projector for rear passengers, a 25-speaker 2,800-watt audio system, an outdoor KTV mode where the headlights project song lyrics outside the vehicle. That last feature alone will sell it to half the people who see it demonstrated. The M9 has held the #1 sales position in China among vehicles priced above 500,000 yuan for 18 consecutive months, over 240,000 units delivered in its first 2 years on sale. Estimated Canadian pricing equivalent, approximately $90,000 to $95,000. The challenge for Canada is Huawei's involvement. Existing Canadian government restrictions on Huawei technology and telecommunications infrastructure create regulatory complexity that does not exist for other brands on this list. This one is coming. The question is when. Number 1. Yangwang U8L. Everything on this list has been impressive. The U8L is in a completely different dimension. This is BYD's ultra-luxury performance SUV built under their Yangwang sub-brand to demonstrate the absolute maximum of what Chinese automotive engineering can produce right now. It is not competing with the BMW X7, it is competing with the Bentley Bentayga, and on every measurable specification, it wins. 4 independent electric motors, one at each wheel, delivering 1,200 horsepower and 1,520 newton-meters of torque from 0 revolutions per minute. A 2.0-liter turbocharged engine acts as range extender alongside BYD's Blade battery, giving total range over 1,100 kilometers. Fast charging from 30 to 80% in 13.5 minutes, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.5 seconds in a vehicle weighing 3.6 tons. The capabilities extend far beyond straight-line performance. Tank turn, spinning 360 degrees on its own axis. Crab walk mode for sideways maneuvering. 3-ton tow capacity, approach angle of 37 degrees, and in shallow water it floats, propelling itself at low speed using wheel rotation. This is a vehicle engineered for conditions that Canada actually has. Inside, 6 individual zero-gravity executive seats with 8-mode massage. A 32-speaker premium audio system. Diamond-stitched leather with gold accents. A refrigerator between the second-row captain's chairs. BYD's Di-Pilot God's Eye autonomous driving system with 3 LiDAR units, 5mm wave radars, and 18 cameras. Approximately 30,000 units produced globally per year. Estimated Canadian pricing equivalent $180,000 to $200,000. A Bentley Bentayga starts at $260,000 in Canada. A Range Rover. Autobiography at $230,000. BYD's flagship offers more power, more technology, and more capability for $60,000 to $80,000 less. It is not coming to Canada in 2026. BYD needs to establish its mainstream presence first. But when it does arrive, nothing in the Canadian luxury SUV market will be ready for it. 3 brands confirmed for Canada by end of 2026. 2 more that are coming whether the market is ready or not. BYD, Chery Omoda, Zeekr, Huawei Aito, Yang Wang. The names are unfamiliar now. By 2028, they will be on every Canadian street. The road is changing. Subscribe for more.